Hey, good morning, everyone. I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yes.
So, yes, so Mark confirm. Rahman also it's been confirmed. Okay, good. Audio and video has been good. Yeah. So thank you, team. So welcome back and thanks for joining day 2 technical discussion. So day 1, we focus more on understanding this cloud certifications, try to understand the difference between an on-premises one and co-location and cloud one. So yesterday we started on the same time. We had a couple of discussion on basic or the foundation part. So the journey we have started or this transformation we started from the point where should we learn a cloud. Before that we had a kind of a intro session also, just had a catch-up call to understand each other, to understand your profile and my profile and try to uh, set some kind of expectations on this event also. I hope all the members has been subscribed our channel and Discord link also you've been liked and following, and registration form also hope you are completed and the feedback also. So that's a normal training process. Now yesterday we have concluded the session or the post the session in a point like giving a definition of a cloud computing. So yesterday we done a lot of discussion on the on-premises one certifications, and finally we reached a point understanding it or defining a cloud computing. The point we understood yesterday, it's been like in a cloud computing, yesterday we given a scenario, it's been like we are working for a company called orange.com, and Orange is thinking like moving their existing infrastructure into a cloud. So we understood like there are a lot of terminologies and services are hosted from a cloud service provider. So without understanding key terms or without understanding this terminologies or a service, we won't be in a possible to or in a position to migrate or do a lift and shift or a rehosting of the services into the cloud. So that's the point. We were trying to understand what is a cloud computing. Yesterday we understood this cloud computing concept with a couple of scenarios. One, it's been like we consider the first scenario, it's been like the taxi service. Right now, all of us are currently using your day-to-day operations. Second point we have considered, it's about the electricity facility. It's been like in both the cases we understood based on the consumption or based on the usage, we are paying the amount to the vendor. It can be private or a government also. Now, similar kind of a concept we are trying to use it in a IT infrastructure also. Because yesterday we have seen like Robin has been trying to purchase a 10 servers for a project. After 3 months project is got decommissioned. We understood like there is a lot of capex is involved. Now after 3 months Robin is been not using that servers or an asset, and finally this is like we got some couple of comments in the chat also like it's been waste of money. So that's the reason instead of purchasing this one, we are thought of going for an option of renting a model. So that's the way this cloud computing is being came to picture. Now I'm posing here. So whatever topic yesterday we have covered, you have any questions or a doubt, in the next 1 or 2 minutes, you can post it in the chat window. And if you're good and if you're able to follow, I request you to confirm that also through the chat window. So I just need to ensure that myself and you are on the same page. So there is not a confusion or question at all. So then I'm happy to move to the next portion of this event. If you can good and if you're, can you just confirm it on the chat? In case if you're able to uh, stuck with some position, some page, or it's like some concerns or some doubt, if you are happy to consider that also, you can post that question or a doubt also on the chat window. Okay, so we got a couple of positive feedback. So it's good to start with a positive note. So yeah, that's good. Okay, good. All clear. Thank you all. Thank you, members. Okay. Is the green light? Okay, good. Clear. Okay. Okay, so yesterday we posed in a cloud. Thank you, by the way. So if there is any doubt, yeah, good. Because the reason I'm asking this question has been like right now we've been connected through virtually, so I'm not seeing you, and that's the reason I need to ensure that we both are on the same page, and you are not um, you are not sitting in some kind of a situation like, hey, what trainer will think if I'm asking a question. So because most of the times I have seen this one, I need to give you that flexibility and comfortness. That's the reason I'm asking this question. Now we are trying to understand a definition for a cloud computing. Yesterday we understood it's been like this is a renting a resource, or this has been taking from X or Y, some reasons or some concept we understood. But whenever you're defining or whenever you're dealing with any kind of a Azure um, or any of the terminology, we need to ensure that there is some definition is been it's given to that. So NAST is given. Right now, we are trying to understand a definition for a cloud computing. So NAST is the organization. NAST stands for National Institute of Standard and Technology. You maybe heard about a lot of other terms also, right? Like when you studied about electronics or in a college stage, most of the definition is given by IEEE, right? When you, if you're from a college background, electronics background, you maybe heard about IEEE kind of organization also. They used to give some standard or a definition for electronics items, right? IEEE, right? It's similar like IEEE stands for Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, right? It's been New York based on New Jersey based organization. It's been, they used to give, they used to focus on the electrical or electronics or a communication or kind of areas. Now, similarly, cloud computing, NIST is the organization. They're given a definition for um, cloud computing, like how the what is a cloud computing, so and how this has to be, and what is the kind of a model it is. So this National Institute of Standard and Technology, this is a science laboratory. It's in the US Department of Commerce. They basically it's been doing on the innovation and industrial competitiveness on the um, science and technology or information technology or a neutron kind of things. This organization has been focusing. So they are given a beautiful definition or a explanation for a cloud computing. Yesterday we understood like there are different IT models or IT infrastructure has been available, right? We have seen it's like what is on-premises technology, and we have seen it like how collocation has been working. Now NAST is given a beautiful explanation of if an infrastructure, if you want to uh, mention or it's been defined as a cloud computing, they are given some set of instruction. We'll try to understand what is that. You can just go to google.com and just type NAST definition for cloud computing. You can just type this one. You will get a PDF document. So cloud computing PDF NAST. Just type it. Yes. Right now you can able to see on the screen. There is a PDF form has been loading. Let me post that link also on the chat window, so you also able to download this PDF form. I just pasted that link on the chat. Right now, if you are checking this PDF form, it's a 7-page PDF you can able to see. The starting or the cover page has been showing like a NASD definition of a cloud computing. This is a PDF. So NASD is given a beautiful definition for cloud computing. Now, if you go to move to page number, I remember it's on the 6. Let me zoom it. I hope you can able to read right now. I hope you can able to read it, right? Because I'm using a secondary monitor also. So uh, I hope you can, do I need to zoom it again or it's is visible and you are able to read it? I can see here, it's been good. Yeah. Now, NASD is given a definition for this cloud computing. Now, if I need to say this infrastructure or is a cloud computing one, NASD is saying cloud computing is a model for enabling convenient and on-demand network access to a shared pool of a configuration of computer resource. Saying that this is it's been using a kind of a shared resource kind of a model. It's been saying that this has been using a kind of a rental model and saying that it can be rapidly provisioned and released also. Provisioned is a terminology generally we are using in IT infrastructure. Like provision means that it's a creation, right? Right. If you want to create a virtual machine, generally we are using a term called like I need to create a VM. That is in a normally few people may be using, but in a technical terminology, in a normal IT world, people are using it's called provisioning and decommissioning. That may be the right word or an apt word generally we are using. So it's saying that NEC is saying if you are using a cloud computing, the infrastructure can be easily provisioned and easily decommissioned also. Because in the past I have seen like Robin was looking for a server for 3 months. Now after 3 months that server has been kind of in a stuck scenario, right? Because we are not able to use and this has been asset is been owned by and lot of investment also it's been done. Now NAC is saying if you're using a cloud model, it's easy for you to provision and easy for you to delete or decommission also. We'll try to understand what is that. Okay, don't worry about that. So right now you need to understand, and I don't want you to go and by heart all these line by or it's bits and bytes wise. No, not required. Right now, end of this class, you need to understand. Hey, Robin said it's a cloud computing means that easily we can able to provision and easily we can able to decommission. Only these 2 points you need to remember. No one is going to ask like, hey, Faisal or is Ron, come and explain me this one paragraph of a cloud computing. No one is going to do that. Okay. So right now you need to understand the concept. That's all. So right now you need to understand. If you want to say any infrastructure is a cloud model, the entire resources. What do you mean resource? Yesterday we understood like a virtual machine or an IP address or a switch or a router or a protocol or IP address. All this has been considered as a resource in a cloud side. So if you're using a cloud infrastructure, all the resources which you are using in the cloud infrastructure can be easily created. That's called easily provision, or it's been rapidly provision and easy to release. That's called easy to decommission with a minimum effort. Now, addition to that, this model has been combined of 5 essential characters, 3 service models, and 4 deployment model also. We'll try to understand one by one. So essential character means that on-demand service this is been providing, broad network access it's been providing, resource pooling it's been providing, and this has been providing features of rapid elasticity and measured service also. We are going one by one, and this has been available in 3 service model. One is called software as a service, and second one is known as a platform as a service. You may be heard about like maybe your friend saying, hey, I'm a PaaS engineer, or few people may be saying like I'm a SaaS engineer, right? And you may be heard about another term called infrastructure as a service. It's based on the responsibility, how this has been working. So based on that, this classification has been done. We are going one by one, so nothing to worry. And the third one, it's been like based on how this has been configured. or based on how this has been deployed, this has been classified as a 4 as per the NASD. One is called a private cloud computing, community cloud computing, and the public cloud computing, and hybrid cloud computing. Right now, end of this class, only 4 points you need to remember. The first point, who is given a definition for this cloud computing, and NASD is given a cloud computing, because I have seen like most of the times it's been like in Microsoft AZ 500, sorry, AZ900 exam. This is one of the common question we used to get it. So you will have into, you will be getting some MCQ kind of a question. So this may be the one question generally you are going to get. Now, the second question, you need to understand the concept. If I need to understand or if I need to define if any infrastructure as a cloud model, this has been supporting 4 deployment model and 3 service model and 5 characters also. We are going one by one, and the PDF document link I have pasted on the chat window. Now let's discuss one by one, and if in case if you have any doubt, we can have a discussion on that. Okay, right now don't worry about that. Let's try to understand one by one. So right now the first point we have discussed, who is defined this cloud computing definition. So we understood this is the NASD is the organization. This has been defined. So you can, NASD is the organization. Right now this has been defined for this one. How this has been defined? One, it's been defined like cloud computing. It's been not. Charlie, this recording is already we are doing, and this has been uploading in our portal also. You don't need to do a separate one. We will be giving that, so nothing to worry about that. Okay, we're already doing that. Now, right now we understood this is like in a cloud computing. It's a concept of a rendering we are using. Now, if I need to define any model is a cloud computing, it's giving me 5 characters. You have a 5 characters, it's been supported, and you have a 3 deployment model you have, and you have a 3 service model also it's been available. So if it has to meet all these characters or a feature, then only we can able to define or any infrastructure as a cloud computing. So you can able to use this option for a cloud model. Now, this is the way it's been defined. Now, let's try to understand how cloud computing is been defined. Now, first point I'm trying to take, it's called on-demand service. So on-demand service, it's been like, what do you mean on-demand service? Any idea? Can you just comment it on the chat window? Any idea? So like members, if you can just comment it on the chat window, that would be good. What do you thought on like always available? Okay. Mihail is saying like it's been always available. Okay. You can get a resource when you need. Okay. I'm giving a scenario. Okay. Now, in a normal office life, right now we are not familiar with a kind of cloud concept. Let me take you into a normal or existing infrastructure available on your organization. For example, like now we have Sheila has been working in this batch. Now Sheila has been looking for a SQL server. So Sheila is saying like she is part of a SQL team, and Sheila is looking for a SQL server. In a normal your on premises or a data center or a data room scenario, first thing it's been like we'll go for discussing with your boss or a leadership, and we may have to give a purchase order. For example, like Sheila is looking for a Dell PowerEdge server. So we need to connect with the vendor, and this product has to be delivered into a data center or a data room, and we need to mount it in on a rack, and we may have help from the facility team for doing that. Then we have to connect with a networking team for connecting to a switch or a router or the configuration part. Now, installing an operating system, we may have to connect with the Microsoft team, and configuring application, you need another set of engineers. So technically, if I need to implement any of the servers or a application in a normal scenario, uh, typically it will take minimum 1 week of time, right? Because there is a lot of manual efforts we have, lot of team coordination we have, and generally it won't happen in 1 week, but I'm saying like a minimum, it's been 1 week it will take. But if you're using a cloud computing, you don't need to worry about all these things. You need a single click. I'm just taking this into the cloud one. Just give me a second. My ID is having some issue, so let me take my friend ID. So my ID has been got disabled in the morning, and I was not able to use that. So I took my colleague or the friend ID. I'm just sharing my screen. Just give me a second. Let me type. Give me a second, okay? It's asking for an OTP, so just getting his OTP number from him. Yes, shared the number. I hope you can see my screen now. So I've taken my friend ID and he is helping me to this account. Okay, because my ID is having some issue. No thanks. So in a normal on-premises one, we have seen it's been like if I need to, Sheila needs to configure a SQL server, we understood there is some effort we are doing. Now, if you're using a cloud one, you will be getting a portal like this. There is a different management options we have. One of the common method we used to have, it's been like HTTP or a GUI method we are using. Now, I'm discussing about a feature called or a benefit or a character called on-demand service. That's the point we have been diverted. Now, if Sheila has been looking for a resource saying that I need a SQL server, in a fraction of second, I'll be able to configure this one. You don't need to worry about this option, okay? I'll be discussing a separate class. I'll take you into all these resource group, and all these points. You don't need to worry about this one. I'll help you on that part, okay? So right now, I want to show in a, if you're using cloud one, if Sheila or any of customers or a user, if they are looking for any kind of resource, it's not going to take much time. It's need only 1 or 2 minutes only for configuring a resource. In an on-premise case, we understood it's taking a 1 week time minimum, right? So right now I'm trying to configure a similar kind of a setup here. Right now you can able to see this validation has been completed. I'm just creating. Right now you can able to see there is some deployment is been started, and let's try to understand how much time it's been taking. Right now what I have done, I just connected to Microsoft Azure portal, and I just configured whatever information I need. You can able to see the deployment is been progress here. It's hardly took 2 to 3 minutes time for configuring this one. Now you can able to see the deployment is almost finished. Now you think yourself or compare yourself how much time this took for creating in an on-premises one, and how much time this took in a cloud one. How much manual effort you have been taken. Right now, if you can see here, virtual machine has been created here. So right now you can, if you are taking here, there is an SQL server has been created here. Now, this is one of the advantage we have. So you have a less manual intervention only it's been needed. Like whenever if any customer is been looking for any kind of a service, as Kishan said, the time consumption has been less. Like most probably this management can be done using a web management, or you have a different options we have. Like if you're good in the PowerShell or it's been automation one, you have a DevOps kind of, that means a PowerShell kind of options you have, and you have other management tools also it's been available for managing all this kind of resources on the Azure portal. Now, end of this session or end of this discussion, you need to understand if you're using a cloud computing, it has been easy for us to provision and it is easy for us to decommission also. Right now, next term is called rapid elasticity and scalability. Like I was giving a scenario yesterday, like Robin has been looking for a 10 servers for a 3 months. Now, if I need to do any kind of server provisioning in an on-premises one, I need to put some kind of a capex cost. Once the project is over, all asset is been a part of my team, or it's been, I need to hold that because this is going to be a dead asset for me. But in case of a Microsoft cloud or any of this cloud service provider case, this is something like a rubber band. So whenever you want, you can use it. If you're not required, you can decommission at any point of time. Right now, you can able to see Sheila was looking for an SQL server. Right now I have provisioned. Right now we learn two terms here. One is called provision and second one is the term is called decommissioning. What do you mean provisioning? Provisioning means that the creation of the any resource, generally it's been referred as a provisioning. Right now you can able to see we have created an SQL server with a Windows Server 2016, and right now server is being ready. Now if I'm thinking like my project is over, I don't need to hold the servers here. I can just click it here. I can delete it. I just need to give delete. Yes, that's all. And all my resources been deleted. That is called decommissioning. What is the process is called? Decommissioning. So what is the advantage I'm getting? Right now I have used this virtual machine only for 5 minutes. So I need to pay only for that 5 minutes billing. So it's easy for me to provision and it is easy for me to decommission also. Clear? Any question from anyone? I'm just posing here in case if you have any question or a doubt, or if you're feeling like you want to add some points here, you can add it here also. So right now you need to understand rapid elasticity and scalability is nothing. This is like based on the uh, customer requirement. It is easy for us to provision and it is easy for to decommission also. Now that's about the creation and deletion. But there are some situation, Charlie or it's been Pervin or a Mehul may be looking for a configuration change. For example, like I have a server or a virtual machine has been created. Now I have a configured a server with 100 GB. Now tomorrow customer is coming and saying like, hey Robin, 100 GB is not sufficient. This memory is not sufficient for me. So in case if you want to do any kind of a configuration change, that also it's been possible. So at any point of time, You have a flexibility to delete, or you have a flexibility to decommission, and you have the flexibility to upgradation, or it's been a downgrade of a configuration also. That also it's been possible on the cloud one. Now, billing is like a data plan for a calling like a certain rate. Yeah, it's similar like that. It's been some similar like based on the consumption it's been using. Uh, yes, we have a monthly, or you have a quarterly, or a reserved kind of options we have, Charlie. So we'll be discussing that in the subscription part. We have a separate concept is being coming on a subscription. That time I'll be discussing about how this payment is been doing, how this is been charging also. So team, any question from you? Oh, hope you're comfortable and you are able to. Any question? Okay, it's been clear. So yeah, third party provider with a base or a credit. Yes, Mark, we have in that option. In between a question, how to create an account. Vigneshwaran, we are coming to that point only. We thought like we'll define this cloud computing, and then we'll get into this free account or the subscription part. Robin, can I have the attendance link? I think it's been already pasted on the chat. Let me try to paste it. I'll get it that link. So don't worry. Okay, sure. So any other doubt? I'm just checking this all questions. It's clear, and no question writing in my own. Yeah, it's that's a good practice, writing in a notepad. That is a good habit, because that will be always a reference for you. Okay. Licensing, we can select it. I want to revise my previous video and this one. You missed the Charlie the day one. Don't miss the day three. Okay. So ensure that you're subscribing us and following the YouTube and following the Discord link also. Okay, let's move. So two character we have discussed right now. Now, second one, it's about the network access, how this can be accessed. Now, right now, we understood, like if you are using a cloud computing, the entire infrastructure has been shifted into the cloud computing. Now, I'm just giving a scenario here. Let me take you into a whiteboard. I hope you can see my whiteboard right now. I'm giving it two cases here. Okay. Jandan, and it's been took some time for loading that. Team is saying like it's been Tuesday and it's been not loading. I hope it's been working now. Now, in a on-premises case, let me take you to scenario here. In a on-premises or a location one, we understood all the infrastructure is been hosted in your own building. Inside that, you have your physical servers or all asset is been hosted. Clear? Now, most of the time, if you're sitting from an office, this all infrastructure may be connected to a router or a switch. And if I'm an end user, for example, like we all, it's been end user, if you're connecting from your office, your laptop may be connected to a access point may be connected to the switch, or The IO port, you may be most of the times in your office, you may be having RJ45 cable, which is been connecting to the NIC port of your laptop or your desktop, and that is been connected to the IO port, and from the IO port, this has been connected to switch. Right? This is the way it's been connected. Am I right? You have any different thought? Yes. Now, in a normal way, this is the normal on-premises solution. And in case if you are connecting from a home, if I'm connecting from a home using a NAT or using some kind of a technology, I'll be connecting to the on-premises network. Now, the point you need to remember here, in a one second. Right now, if you can see here, in an on-premises scenario, the entire infrastructure has been hosted inside your organization. That's the reason you are able to connect or you are able to configure like this. Now, in a cloud computing, this model has been totally, it's been changing. Means the infrastructure right now is been hosted by you, right? The servers or a rack, everything it's been managed by you in a on-premises case. But when this has been coming on into the cloud scenario, all your servers or all your network equipments or your security equipments or all your infrastructure asset, it's been hosted inside the cloud service provider. Who is the cloud service provider? This is called a CSP. So you'll have a cloud. Inside a cloud, Microsoft will have different data center available across the world where your infrastructure is been hosted. Now, I'm a user. You are connecting from Malaysia or India or Philippines or any of this country. I need to connect to this data center because your servers or your VM or your resource is not available in your office. In a previously, this was one second. Now, if you're seeing here, you have a servers, all the resources been hosted in the cloud scenario and all the hosts is been available here. Now, if you want to connect to this one, we need some kind of network access. Generally, this is been connected through a internet, like using a HTTP or a HTTPS method. We are connecting to the Microsoft data center or respective cloud service provider. You may be noticed like a few minutes before we tried to connect to Microsoft portal, right? We have been connected to Microsoft portal here, right? You may be seeing here. I have connected using a portal called http portal.azure.com, right? I have pasted that link on the chat window. Right now you can able to see how we have connected to Microsoft data center through an internet, through a browser we have connected. When we have connected, it asks for a username and password. Once I given this one, I'm getting a portal layout like this, right? Where I can do all kind of a resource management. Clear? Any question from anyone? If you're seeing this presentation, you maybe will understand this one. Right now, if you can see this broad network access feature, in a previous situation, if you're connecting from a user or a virtual machine, all the connection was pointing to the cloud data center. It's been hosted inside your office. Second one, this is the traditional on-premises one, right? All your connection is been connected to the company data center. But when you're moving to cloud, this is been moving to the Microsoft. This has been moving to the cloud service provider uh, network. Like it's been connecting to the Microsoft cloud service provider data center where you have been hosted. Yes, I'm agreeing with Brandon with your point. Internet speed also it's been required, right? Because through internet only it's been connecting. So obviously you need a stable internet connection also. Because through HTTP or HTTP, through internet only this traffic is been going. Or there are some situation if you are using any of the hybrid mode, you have to have a Azure Express route or a VPN connection. You need a stable bandwidth for that also. Now, next point it's about the resource pooling, how the resource is being used here. This portion or this character possible I'll discuss when we move to the resource management side. Now, measured service, this has been generally coming under, um, it's called a billing one because right now we understood we are taking this resource for a rent. So we need to pay the money to the vendor also, cloud service provider, because cloud service provider, do you see Robin's screen? I can see on the secondary monitor. Binaru, are you facing any issues? I think Mark and Kishan also it's been confirmed they are able to see. Okay, now I think issues from your side. If you can just disconnect and rejoin, that will be well and good. And the same link you can able to use it. Look like there is some issue with your browser or it's been the Teams. You can just sign out and sign it back. Now we have a diverter from a point called measured service. Right now we understood like we are taking a resource for a rent from a cloud service provider. So we need to pay bills. Now how this has been generally done? This is being done in an operational cost, like monthly, it's similar like your Prime or it's been Amazon one. You can go for a billing purpose. That generally known as a pay as you go model, or you can go for a monthly plan also it's been available. So you have an option for a reserved time. You can uh, you can reserve the resource for a couple of years or a couple of months you can reserve it, or you can go for a monthly plan also. You need to link your account, credit card or a bank account needs to link, so the money or the amount will be debited for that. So this is the option we have. It's similar like a Uber or it's like other taxi service or a OTT platform. You can have option for subscribing also. It's called measuring also. You can go for a monthly or it's been annual or called reserved type mark. You have an option for that. Now, let me move to the first question for the day. So this is the first question for you. You can do a self-analysis, self-evaluation, and I request you to pause the answer on the chat window. So it's not for Robin, this is for yourself, okay? So if you are clear with the module one, you will be able to answer this one. So we started getting answers, okay? I request all the members to participate this one. So if you are answering this one, that will give you a confidence to you. Okay, so good. Almost everyone has been pointing to a single answer. Good, good. So we got Kalpdeep has been answered, Resvi has been answered, Taraga has been answered, Chils, Muhammad, Michael, Charlie has been hacked, and Hafid has been, yeah. Attendance link will forward it, okay? So don't worry about that. We'll re-forward that, not worry. And Umar also. I think few people is not commented, okay? I request them also to participate this, engage on this exercise. That's been well and good. Yeah, Ron also it's been answered. So, yeah. So answer for this question. This is asking like who is given definition for a cloud computing. So answer for this question is NASD. NASD is given a beautiful, come on Devika answers. I think both are from the same organization. So I think you can tag her. Okay. So answer for this question it's been answer B. I think Bip told and Devika is answered. So thank you Devika and Bip. So both are from the same organization or it's been different? Vib and Devika, or from the same college? Okay. I think let's move to the next question. So answer for this question is answer B, NASD. So thank you team, and uh, almost everyone is been answered the right one. Yes, Palvin, we have an option for reserving an option also. There is a fixed payment or it's been like there's an option for fix the amount also we have. Now let's move to the next question. It's been like just posting. So the answer for this one, you can answer it. Okay, thank you. Answer for this one, it's been answer B. It's called rapid elasticity. So thank you, team. Thank you for your answer. Now this portion, this I'm not taken, so this I'm just skipping. This I'll come back in a later point. Now let's move to the next topic called cloud service model. So we'll take a 5 minutes break and we'll come back and discuss about a topic called cloud service model. We'll try to understand what is ISaaS or what is a PaaS and a SaaS also. So let's take 5 minutes break and come back and let's discuss two portions that's called a deployment model and a service model also. Then we'll move to the creation of account. So taking a 5 minutes break and we'll be back with the cloud service model option. Thank you. So thank you, team. I think 3 people confirmed. 5 people has been confirmed. Request everyone to confirm. If you're back, we can start the rest of the portion. Okay. So a few more people has been confirmed. Okay. Now let's move to the next portion. So right now we understood how this NA is being defined as characters. Now let's discuss about a topic called cloud service model. I know you people already started understanding or started learning about a cloud for a quite long time. You may be heard about a couple of terminologies also, right? You may be heard about a SaaS, PaaS, and you may be heard about a term called ISaaS also, right? Yes. So let's try to understand what is this service model. As per NAST, there are three service models it's been available. One is called ISaaS, PaaS, SaaS. ISaaS stands for Infrastructure as a Service. PaaS stands for Platform as a Service. SaaS stands for a Software as a Service. So all these models are connected each other, and this has been built one top of another. And let's try to understand what is this. Now, all of us know if you're taking any data center, you have a different layers is been available, right? You have facilities been available as a one layer. You have a network is available. You have a storage is available. You have a compute is available. You have a hypervisor is available. You have operating system is available. You have application or a data. So you have different layers or a different verticals you have. Now the problem coming here, it's like this is something like your marriage. In a marriage, like we ordered a food for from outside, like 200 guests is coming to your home. We have two options been available for us. One option is been like from your home itself, you can uh, with the help of some cook, you can prepare yourself, or you can connect with the event management team and you can order the food. We have a two options been available. Now, if you're ordering food from a caretaker or a catering team or event management team, we need to define some set of a scope, right? What he will do and what I will do during that event, right? Otherwise, there will be a confusion, right? If guest is coming, we'll have some kind of a confusion. Who will distribute this food? And you will have some kind of a confusion. Who will go and get this food? So this kind of confusion will be there. Similar way, when you're using this IT infrastructure as a cloud also, we understood the cloud service provider or a vendor is been involved. Now I'm getting a question, what my cloud service provider will do, what Srinivani will do, what Rahimi will do here, or what Robin will do here. So if you're taking the IT infrastructure data center stack, you already aware that there is a different layer of approach has been available. Like you have a facility or a network or you have a storage, you have a compute or um, hypervisor or application. This is the normally, this is the stack it's been available. Now, this ISaaS or a PaaS or a SaaS or a on-premises or a co-location, this categorization or this service deployment model is been defined based on the service, on the responsibility. Who will do what? This is something like what I'm going to do, what my vendor is going to do. Now, if you're saying, if you want to remember this one, I'll tell like you can remember some concept called pizza as a service. Like if you can just go to internet and just like pizza as a service. Just download this picture. This is easy for to remember. This is the easy method to remember for you. Now I'm just giving like an new pizza as a service, right? Right now you can able to see this pic on the window. I'm not sure I'll be able to paste it on the chat window. Yes, I am able to paste it, right? Right now you can able to see there is one image I have forwarded on the chat window, right? Hope you can able to download that, right? New pizza as a service. Now, if you want to remember this ISaaS or a PaaS or a SaaS, always remember the pizza food. Okay. So right now, if you are seeing here on-premises one, you can compare with your normal traditional cooking. if you want to bake the pizza in your home, generally what you will do, you will get all ingredients, and I'm just giving an example, right? The first one here, right? Traditional on-premises one, like a made in house, right? All cooking and toppings or a pizza dough or an oven or a gas, everything it's been either you or your mom or your spouse will do, right? You agree with this point? If you're agreeing with this point, can you just comment it on the chat window? The first point, traditional on-premises one, traditional pizza one. Or if you're from South Asia side, if you're making a biryani in your home, you're making a homely made in biryani, right? Or you're making a pizza at your home, right? Yes, all are agreeing. So you're not a pizza expert now. You are a on-premises expert now. That means right now in an on-premises model, this is something like your homemade biryani or a homemade pizza only. See, everything is being prepared by you, or the facility has been managed by you, the networking has been managed by you, the storage has been managed by you, the computer has been managed by you, hypervisor has been managed by, end-to-end solution has been managed by you. Similar like your homemade biryani or a homemade pizza. That is called on-premises one. So who is the responsible for all these things? You are responsible for that. Where this is being responsible in an on-premises IT infrastructure. There is no involvement of a provider or there is no involvement of a vendor. Is it clear? Any doubt from anyone? You are a PISA expert now and you are an on-premises expert also now. Mark has been saying it's clear. Don't ask me like when you will be giving pizza and biryani, okay? Only and virtually only I'll give. Ayaz, don't worry about attendance. We'll give you a link, okay? Focus on this pizza. No. Attendance will mark it, don't worry. End of the session, I'll give you a attendance link. People are worried about attendance. Don't worry about that. We'll give you this one. Right now, let's focus on this biryani and pizza. Then we'll give you a link. So Jijan is given a nice comment. Thank you, Jijan. So appreciate that. Okay. Now we are a pizza expert now. We are a biryani expert now. And we are an on-premise expert also. So this is the first model we have discussed. Now let's move to the second one. Yesterday we heard about another concept also called collocation one. Can you comment what is collocation one? Let me do a, because in school days a teacher used to come and ask questions, right? Whatever topic we have covered on the previous day, in my school days, they will come with one stick also, they will ask questions. Let me practice the same thing here. Can you just comment it, what is a collocation one? How this has been different from your on-premises one? It's been a shared infra. Okay, we got one answer. Mohit has been given one answer. Maybe it's a pin drop silence. People have started. I can see there's a few people are typing in Google also. Data center location where the owner has been rented out explains. Okay. Location has been given. Okay, good. Few people are still typing keyboard. Okay. I can hear that sound. Shared infra. So the concept here it's been like, if you're using a collocation one, there is an involvement of a vendor also it's been coming, right? That's the reason in the yellow color you can able to see here, the network and the facility is being provided by the vendor. Who is been responsible for that now? Who has been responsible for that now? This has been responsible of a vendor. So the provider will manage. The rest or part, it's been managed by myself or it's my team. So this is the responsibility it's been coming in the collocation one. I hope you're happy and you're comfortable with this one, right? It's similar like if you go to the premises one, like a kitchen as a service, right? This is something like sometimes you may be getting like uh, um, in a bake shop or a cafe, you may be getting a half-cooked pizza, right? In India, we used to get there is a food product called chapatis. We used to get a half-cooked one. We need to just buy that packet and go to home and just oven it. That's all. like you maybe some bake shops or a cafe, or it's been a restaurant, you may be getting like half cooked pizza, right? Or in like when you're traveling on a flight, we used to get some kind of a food, right? Like we need to just put some hot water or something like a Maggi noodles into, right? You will be getting noodles, you will be getting, right? You need to just put some water and your noodles is been ready, right? Similar way here also. This has been shared kind of a model. Now, another model has been like you are moving or hello, I hope you can hear me. Okay. Now, next model is being called ISaaS. That's called infrastructure as a service. This basically it's coming like where you're dealing or you're handling um, resources like servers or a network or a security or a data center kind of resources. Means if I'm a user, if I need to configure a VM, I'll be getting directly an access to the operating system. I'm not worried about how this is being configured in a backend. I'm just giving a scenario in a normal on-premises one. Now I have a requirement like one of my customer is saying like they need a Windows Server 2090. In a typically in a normal scenario, in an on-premises one, if I'm just giving a scenario like your laptop. If you want to install a Windows 10 on your laptop, what generally we'll do, you will take your laptop or your desktop. This laptop is been managed by you or the server is been managed by you. On top of that, you're managing operating system. On top of that, your application like MS Office or firewall, antivirus, and all this product is being installed. Who is been responsible for managing this laptop or a server? We, right? And in case in a on-premises one also, if you have a server is been available, this server hardware management, patch management, or a firmware management, connection of a cable, or hardware upgradation, or a technology refreshment, or a redundancy configuration, everything was doing by us in a on-premises and a colocation one. But when this has been moved to a cloud, as a user, the hardware management is being done by the cloud service provider. You don't need to do anything. Directly, you are getting an access to the operating system. See here, I'm just taking you to the cloud portal. Maybe if you are able to understand here, I hope you can see here. If I'm a user, I want to create a Windows Server 2090. I'm just given my details. I given it's like I need a server one. Right now I'm saying like I need an operating system of 2019. Right now you can able to see a option here, right? See, I hope you can see the operating system is mentioned as a 2019 here, right? I have an option to select a mini operating system here based on the customer requirement. I can go for Oracle, I can go for Ubuntu, I can go for Red Hat, any of the operating system I can select. Right now I'm selecting like a Windows Server 2090. I given the username and password. I just given a review and select. Okay, I'm just given review and configured. Right now, have we selected any information about the hardware? Have you seen any option? Can you just comment it on the chat window? Directly, you can able to see as a cloud administrator, as a user, we connected directly to the operating system, right? We configured or it's been connected to the operating system part. Right now, Eric has been asking a question. When we are creating a VM, do we need to set up a network? Yes, we need to create. Eric, that is known as a VNet or a virtual network in a Microsoft Azure. The technical term we are using is called VNet. Possible we can have some kind of a discussion on this topic tomorrow. So the term is called a VNet is the term generally we are using. It's called in a Amazon. This is known as a VPC. This is called Virtual Private Cloud. In Windows, Microsoft Azure, this is known as virtual network, where you will design your IP address or a subnet, what is the schema to be used. It's in generally configured in a CIDR block format. I hope, Eric, it's been answered your question. Yes, Kim, it's agreeing with your point. This concept has been same on Azure or AWS or it's a Google or any of this one. They are using a different terminologies. I'm just giving a scenario. Like you may be using like when you are creating a virtual machine on a Microsoft site, right? We are using a technical term called virtual machine. But when this is coming to a Google site, this is known as a VM instance. When it is coming on a AWS side, that is known as an instance. So similar kind, many term concept is been same, but terminology is going to be different. For example, like data center available in Azure is known as a Azure regions. When it is coming on AWS, that is known as AWS regions. In a Google side, this is known as a Google Compute region. And VM is known as I mentioned, virtual machine is the term using on Azure. AWS, that is known as EC2, that is called Elastic Compute Cloud. When it is coming on the cloud, Google Cloud, that is known as a compute engine. And the network also, like we are, right now we are discussing on that. Windows, it's known as, Azure side, it's known as VNet or Azure Virtual Network. Amazon, it's known as VPC. I remember it's been on the cloud, on the Google Cloud, that is known as a cloud virtual network. And similar way, you can able to see other load balancers also. Azure load balance is here. In AWS, that is known as Elastic load balancing. And the cloud load balancing is the term it's been using on a Google Cloud. So concept is going to be the same for all this vendor. Similar like how the DNS is been available on operating system, right? Because Active Directory is the directory term we were using on Microsoft. Unix, or it's been a other side, we used to use a term called LDAP, right? Directory server, it's been other term. So concept is going to be the same. Terminology, maybe you can able to see some difference you may be able, you can able to see. Okay. VPZ is for us, yes, agreeing with the Mark. Yes. Yes, it's only the term or the terminology. It's been finally, it's been marketing only, but Mark, concept is going to be same. Like whether you use it on Azure or whether you use it in Google, some features maybe they will be added. That's all. But the concept, that's the reason I was saying, foundation you want to make it clear, then you will be able to go and configure any of this cloud technology. That from my experience. Now we were diverted from a concept called ISAS. Now, right now, if you can able to see, when you configured a VM here, directly you got an access on the operating system. So hardware management or the OS management is being done by the vendor. Right now, you can able to see on the screen. If you are seeing ISAT, that's called Infrastructure as a Service. This all management is being done by CSP, and that an application is being handled by us. So that's the way it's been working on an ISAS one. So as a customer or as a user, we are started getting access from a operating system. That's called infrastructure as a service. Now, if you're seeing this market studies, you may be heard about a company called Gartner, right? You may be heard about a company, maybe like most of the technology consulting, or it's been like a research you can able to see from a Gartner. Like generally they will come with some kind of a surveys or some market analysis. So this is basically a organization generally doing this kind of market research and on a technology, and they used to share a lot of programs or a conference or this kind of a survey. So as per the latest survey, Google and Microsoft and AWS are the leading vendors for a ISAS one. Now, when you're coming on ISAS one, as I said, this as a user, we are getting directly an access to the operating system part. But there are some situation, this can be configured in a 3 mode. 1 second. Okay, so there's a 3 way we can able to configure this one. One it's called it's on the shared physical server, or we can configure as a dedicated physical server, and the last one is called a bare metal server also. So ISAS, even this generally it's been configured in a 3 mode. So I think I can compare these with a carpooling. That's the first one is called as a shared physical server. Shared physical server means right now you have selected one virtual machine here, right? I hope you can able to see the screen now here. You said I need a virtual server on a central US. For example, like I'm selecting a server, I'm creating another server. See here, I'm selecting like I need a server like I'm just giving like Robin VM. I'm just selected my VM, right? Robin is I given is a name I given like a VM1. I'm saying like I need this server is in France. Hope you can see the screen. Any confusion, anyone? I'm a user. I'm saying to I'm connected using a Microsoft portal and said I need a VM in France. Clear? Now, technically, what's happening on the Microsoft side? Okay. I'm coming to the free account one. Okay, I'll help you for that. Okay, don't worry. I'm just trying to make your foundation is been clear. Right now, Robin is sitting here and I'm connecting using a HTTP browser or HTTPS. I'm connecting to Microsoft Azure portal because if you want to connect to or if you want to manage your infrastructure on the cloud, we need to connect to this cloud Azure portal. Now I connected, so it will obviously it will ask for the username and password. I provided that account detail. Then I'll be connected to the Microsoft portal. Now right now I'm saying like I'm a user, I'm looking for a VM, and where I need there is having a different data centers has been available, right? Right now you can able to see Microsoft is giving a flexibility to you to select a data centers in the region, right? See here, you can create centers in Korea, Canada, Germany, Norway, Switzerland, UAE, America, Brazil, Qatar. Wherever you want, you have option to select this one, right? How will you select this one? This is not like that. Robin is thinking like, I never travel to Sweden, so let's go and create a VM in Sweden, or let's go and create in Switzerland. Is that the way we are doing? No. This basically it's been calculated or it's been decided based on where your user is going to stay. Because if all my users are from Malaysia, there is no point of keeping my server in South Africa, right? Because you will have latency issue you may going to face, right? It's not like that Robin never visited Switzerland. Oh, let's go and configure in a Switzerland. So future I may get some kind of an on-site option. No, not that the way you need to create. Okay, this basically it's been selected based on 2 factors. The first factor it's been like where is your user is been residing. I'm just giving an example like if all your users are from Malaysia, there is no point of keeping your server in South Africa. There is no point of keeping your resource in another country or another geography, right? Because latency is one of the common issues we are facing in a operation role. I hope you are agreeing with this point, right? You have any different thought on this? Can you comment it on the chat window? A team, if you are any confusion on that part. If you're good, you can comment that also, okay? Because if we are not in a position to go video based because we have a large audience, so I don't want to go for a video one because few people may be connecting using a mobile data. So, okay. It's only makes sense if you have that facility. Yes, agreeing facility. If that configuration is that available in that country, then only we can able to go for that. Now, one is the user is one of the factor. Second one, it's been like the cost also. Right now, if you can able to see here, right now you can able to see, I have selected a Windows Server 2019. Let me zoom it. Okay, so you will be able to select. Okay. I'm coming to that point. Okay, we have a discussion on um, traffic. I'm coming to that point. Okay, I'm just moving this two question on a bucket right now. I will answer it. In case if I'm not answered, please remind me before ending this event. Okay. You can also just put it in a notepad or something. So I don't want to divert the topic right away. So if you can just put it on your notepad and before concluding the sessions, if you can ask, repose this question, that would be well and good. I don't need to divert because I need to spend some time on a different aspect of that. Okay. Right now I'm just holding that question. Right now, if you can able to see here, we understood like whenever you're creating any resource on a Microsoft or any of the cloud service provider, user location is been one of the important criteria or factor we need to consider. As I said, if the all users are from Malaysia or all users are from India or Sri Lanka, there is no point of keeping your server in Canada or it's been other regions or geography. Second point, if you can able to see here, right now have selected a Windows Server 2019 Data Center Edition, and you can able to see there is some amount is been showing here, right? 6,679 Indian rupee, because my friend is from India and his ID has been tagged to that country. That's the reason the amount is been showing in India rupee. Now, if I'm selecting another country, let's go to East Asia. You can able to see this cost also it's been keep on changing, right? Amount is being got changed, 6,900 now. Now let's go to Canada Central. You can able to see like a loading a price, amount is been got changed also. So you need to understand whenever you're selecting any resource, the budgeting also needs to be considered, because there is a pay as you go model. Each country or each geography or each region having a different price tag has been tagged. Clear? Any question for that? So each country having a different price tag is been tagged for that. So there's a 2 point you need to remember. Now we have been diverted from a point. It's called ISAS flavors. Now basically when you're configuring this one, you have a 3 option is been available. One is called a shared physical server. Right now, the first point, right now we are discussing about a term called shared physical server. This means right now Robin has been selected one server in the, I am taking you to whiteboard back. We have people from different country. That's the reason we selected other location also. Right now, if I'm selected a country called France, Microsoft will connect to the France data center and they will select one host. That's called host means that physical server. So they selected like, hey, go and select a VM here. So my VM will create. Now we have Lim also, it's been selected the another VM. Lim is the another user. He selected the frame France. Same server is been connected here. So where this is been shared, it's been shared in a physical one. Correct? It's using the shared physical server. This is something like you are using a similar like a carpooling Uber, right? When you're booking a Uber or a Ola, you have an option called carpooling, shared pool, right? Or in your office, you may be using a shared car service, right? There are a lot of applications is been available, right? Shared service kind of thing. Because if you are working in a company called X company server also, it's been hosted on the same server. If you are connected from a Y, it's been connected on the same server. This kind of a model generally known as a shared physical servers. By default, whenever you are creating any VM on any of this cloud service provider, by default, this has been selected in a shared physical server. Now, what is the advantage you are getting? Because it's a kind of a shared pooling, you will have less expenses been involved here, and all the memory it's been shared. Whatever physical resource has been available on the server, this has been deployed or it's been shared between all the VM. It's on the same server. So this is the most deployed option. Now, in case if you are thinking like, hey, I'm worried about some kind of security options here. Now your organization or your company or it's been like your business is saying like, hey, Robin, I'm facing some kind of a compliance issue. I don't need to uh, it's been logically separated, Palvin. It's been logically separated. Now, Palvin, your organization is saying like, no, I want it's been physically, it has to be separated. So then you can host for an option called dedicated physical server. So that means like similar like your Uber, you are booking a dedicated cab. How this will do? This will do with the help of an option called host group. You will have an option called host. You can select for a dedicated host on a Microsoft Azure. You can define or you can able to select it like I need a dedicated physical host in a particular country. You can define that. So you have an option for selecting that. You can able to define like in France, you have a dedicated physical server it's been available. You can go for that option. So whenever you're creating this one, all the VM will be configured on that particular server. So there will not be any other host or the company network will be configured over them. Clear? This has been physically this, but the problem here it's been like, in case if you're going for this kind of option, there is a dedicated host or a dedicated server is been allotted for you. So obviously you will have dedicated physical host or dedicated cost will be assigned for that, because other one we were using for a shared kind of a model we were doing, right? So there will be some additional expense or additional cost will be involved. This is something like you're booking a Uber for a for your travel. You are not going for a shared pooling. Now in the first two cases, this is something like Uber is coming with a driver, because whenever you're configuring a VMware or it's been a virtual machine or a VM, it's been configured with the help of a hypervisor, right? Now, whenever you're going for a dedicated bare metal option, now your company is saying like, I don't need to go for a um, hypervisor from the cloud service provider. I need a dedicated hypervisor from my side, or the hypervisor if you are thinking like it has to be managed from your side, then you can go for a bare metal option also. Like you can have a agreement with a cloud service provider. From a hypervisor onwards, you will be getting an access. So that's another model also will be available, but it's been most expensive option in case if you are starting from a hypervisor onwards, if you want to do any kind of a configuration, you can go for this one. Now, you don't need to worry too much about this one. Right now, end of this session, you need to understand there is a 3 service deployment model is been available. First one is known as ISaaS. That's basically handled in a cloud or in a, one second. So you can able to go for a bare metal option. So, right, you have a dedicated hypervisor option has been available. So end of this session, you need to understand there is a 3 service deployment model has been available. And in this model, you will have all this resource has been getting an access to the customer from a compute or a hypervisor onwards, the access has been provided. Now, whenever you're going for doing for a kind of a designing or an architect of this one, this is similar like how it's been configured in a on-premises one. In a on-premises one, your architect or a networking team is being generally done all the designing part, right? What is the IP address to be used? How many servers you need? How the connectivity has been configured? How the security to be configured? How the VPN to be configured? Everything is being designed by your architect team, right? Similar way, when you are deploying the infrastructure on a cloud side also, architect or the designing or a planning has to be done by your architect team or the cloud architect team. It's not the Microsoft is being decided that it's been done by us. Clear? So that's the one point you need to remember. So it's been done by us only. So you don't need to, it's not done by the cloud service provider. Now, backup also by default, Microsoft or any of these vendors is not taking any backup on the Microsoft side. It's been like, if you want to take any backup has to be enabled from your side. Few people have some kind of a perception in case if I'm using a Microsoft will do take a backup of my VM or backup of my application. No, backup has to be handled by yourself. So you need to either you need to go for a backup as a service kind of a feature, or you need to enable or you need to purchase this option. Otherwise, it has to be configured from your side. Otherwise, by default, it's not enabled from the cloud service provider side. So these are the 2 points you need to remember. So backup and designing has to be configured from your side. Now, platform as a service, it's something like if your organization is thinking like you don't need to go for any kind of the resource management. And for example, like you are from a development background uh, team, and you are thinking like you don't need to worry about configuring or management of these resources, then you can go for an option called a PaaS one. So PaaS means including the operating system management. It's been handled by the cloud service provider. So you don't need to worry about that. Everything's been end-to-end management, or it's been managed by the cloud service provider. So basically, you will be working on the package or you will be working on the code development part. That's generally known as a PaaS service. It's called a platform as a service. So PaaS is generally working on the platform service kind of options. So this is the point you need to remember about the PaaS. PaaS, you can able to see there is a lot of vendors or a lot of examples you can able to see in the market. Like you maybe heard about like AWS, Elasticity, or you can able to see like you have a OpenShift or IBM Bluemix and Windows Bastion service. There is a lot of PaaS products you can able to see from the market also. Now, SaaS, you maybe remember, SaaS is something like right now you are using a Teams application, right? Right now you connected Teams is the software, or in your office you may be using a OneDrive, or you may be using a WebEx kind of application, right? We don't know what is the backend hardware or what a backend operating system is using, right? Or your Netflix you are using, right? Netflix, what is the where this has been hosted, which data center? We don't have any information. That application or that software is giving some service to us, right? Right now we are using a Teams. We don't know what is the backend technology has been Microsoft is using for in the Teams, right? They may be using Hyper-V, or that may be hosted in the US data center or a Canada data center or India data center. We don't know where this has been hosted. Right now, we are typing a username and password that this application has been coming. So this kind of technology is generally known as a software as a service. Right now, all of us using a Gmail, right? In a Gmail, you have a Google Drive is available, right? That is a storage as a service, because that is giving a flexibility or a facility to save your storage or image or videos or your storage space. Right? So this kind of a model generally known as a software as a service. As a user, I'm getting an access to the application or a data, and all rest of the things is being managed by the cloud service provider. So you don't have any a role for making a code or a package or a .NET or the hardware management or the infrastructure management. You don't have any kind of access. So it's been completely managed by that particular vendor. If you're seeing this name, you may be already know this SaaS technology, right? in your office, you may be using a 365 or a Cisco WebEx or a Dropbox or a Google Apps or a Gmail or a Creative Cloud or a Teams, or all these application can be considered under SaaS application. What is the advantage you are getting? You don't need to worry, or you don't need to worry about making a host management. You don't need to worry about a deployment of the code. So this is the kind of issues, the advantages we are getting on a SaaS application. But there is some disadvantage also, or some limitation also, which you can able to see in the customer places, especially like you introduce some kind of a software. Most of the situation, you may be face some kind of issues like you have some application or some servers is been running with a legacy applications or a legacy hardware. Some situation similar like your mobile, you may be getting a message like, hey, this software I cannot run it on the server, this is be not compatible, or you may be not able to integrate with your existing or a legacy application. So this kind of interoperability or this kind of integration support issues you may face in a real scenario. Now, most of the situation, it's been going in a billing kind of a concept. That's called a subscription, right? Like if you want to go for this kind of a option, similar like your Netflix or a Hotstar or a Prime Video, you may have to go for a subscription, right? MS Office, you may be for your laptop, you may be purchase this one, right? Like monthly, there will be some charge, or you have to purchase some quarterly charge for that, right? So you need some additional amount, or you need to additional cost is involved this one. Generally, this is been handled with a kind of a concept called subscription. Now that is called a SaaS. Now, now there are some situation, there are some cloud providers has been available, uh, or it's been now right now it's a very competitive market, right? So a lot of cloud service providers are coming with a different technology or a different terminology. So anything, it's been coming under like a database as a service, or it's been a desktop of a service, or a monitoring as a service, storage as a service. All this, it's been can be considered under SaaS category, because if you're referring a NASD document, you will not see any separate definition for a database as a service, or a storage as a service, or a desktop as a service. So it's been considered under SaaS one. It's called anything as a service. So you'll have a all category like all this desktop or monitoring or even malware or a database. All this can be considered under one category, that's called SaaS one. That's called anything as a service. Now, end of this session, you need to understand all these classifications we have done based on the responsibility where the user and what your cloud service provider has been doing. So based on that, it's been done. Now, this is the overall summary of this one. Like you have ISaaS and PaaS model we have, and ISaaS is it's been like it's most flexible. You have a most flexible option. It's been available. You have a cloud, and ISaaS is the most commonly used one, and you have a PaaS and SaaS also it's been available. Now, I'm pausing here for taking a question. Palvin answer is already answered. Price difference, yes, Faisal, there's an exchange rate and price difference is been available. Depends upon it's been where which region it's been connected. Example, better to choice to Asia, with that all it's been based upon where is your user it's been available. Based on that we can do. If there is a too many people having a server into one country, no, there will not be any such kind of issues generally we are facing. We have a traffic managers or a load balancers are available on the cloud service provider side. So you will not face any such kind of issues. Now, any other question has been left here? When a person requests for an admin to create one account, what is the basic question we need to raise? When a person requests for admin, you're talking about the user account, or it's been admin account? No, I'm not clear about that question. Now, Palvin is asking, give me an example for Azure one. SaaS, you can take it as a 365 is an a SaaS product. Um, uh, Palvin, it's like a SaaS product. You can take it. 365 is an example for that. For PaaS, you can take Bastion service is a PaaS product. Now, VM is been an ISaaS product in Azure point. Not VBM, it's been VM. Okay, it was a typo mistake. So VM is a ISaaS product. I'm not able to delete the first comment. So it's not VBM, it's called VM. Okay, it was a typo. Any other question from anyone? Okay, if you're good, can I move to the next part? Team, can you just confirm on the chat window? We need to create an account also today. So thank you, Mark. Monitoring as a service, Rahman. This all it's been a latest products. It's been like different vendors are coming with this kind of options called monitoring as a service. There is a lot of new product tools are available in the market. They're coming with a product called monitoring as a service. MAS is the term generally you're using. So there is a lot of product like a Monksoft kind of um, products are coming. You maybe heard about like called Azure Monitor. I can consider as a MAS, or Sabix is one probe. SolarWinds also some couple of MAS products, and Amazon. I think Amazon CloudWatch is the one product we have. App Dynamics is another one. So this all can be considered as a kind of a MAS, or it's been a monitoring as a kind of tool. So CA also having couple of products. Manage Engine is having couple of products available. You maybe heard about a company called Site 24 into 7. So this can be considered as a mass products. So I got a question like, can we create any ISO on this one? Generally, no. You don't have an option to create from an ISO. You cannot create any Azure VM from an ISO file. You can only create using a BHD only is an option. You cannot any make a bootable kind of thing. So it's not possible. You don't have an option. I understood like your question is similar like how we are done in a Hyper-V or a VMware one, right? Right now we don't have any option to create or mount ISO image and similar like your DRAC console or a VM or Hyper-V. We don't have any option available. Sheila is asking which service is the best. Microsoft Azure is the best. So okay, let's move to the next portion. The next portion is the in training assessment. So this is the first question for you. Now, this is A, B, C, D. So this is the first question for you. So this is a self-evaluation. So answer 4 is like with ISAS virtual machine on a shared of the customer get an access. So answer for this question is we got A, B, C, D. People is answered everything. So let's go back here. So in ISAS 1, we are getting access from where you can able to see here. We are getting from generally we are getting from is our slide. Yeah, we are getting access from a operating system onwards. So answer for this question it's been operating system onwards. So answer for this question it's been operating system onwards. On a shared or a dedicated one, okay, not the bare metal one. So we are getting from B. Answer for the question is B. Now let's move to the next question. Yeah. Oh, this is I think it's same copy paste mistake. So yeah, this is the another question. Other one slide has been duplicate. It's been like I removed from that. So answer for that it's been operating system direct. Answer for that question is operating system. And if you're going for a bare metal one, we can consider as a computer one. Other one was the question was a shared model. So for the first answer. Okay. So answer for this question is like where the user is getting an access or where the access is being provided on the pass one. So answer for this question is, if you can see here, pass we are starting from the CE onwards, right? The custom environment onwards, the user is been getting this one. So answer for this question is answer C. So this answer for this question is answer C. So answer for this question is, sorry, answer D, not C, answer D. D is the answer for this question. Now let's move to the last question. Yeah. So this is for the SAS one. This is the question related to SAS. Which level onwards user has been getting an access? So answer for this question is application. So answer is C for this. So that's about this one. Next question is not covered, so I'm just skipping this one. Now, next question or next portion for today's cloud deployment model. Then we'll be going for creating a account. Now let's take a 3 minutes break and come back. Then let's go for the cloud model. So let's take a 3 minutes break. Thank you. I hope all are back. Now, we understood. So yesterday's slide, yeah. I don't know. I'll be uploading today. Surag also asked yesterday, and I forgot to send that slide yesterday night. So I'll make sure that day 1 and day 2 presentation will be shared today to Surag, and he'll be uploading. Okay. So already our coordinator is asked this one, but it was a delay from my side. Uh, I was stuck with another transaction, and I couldn't do yesterday night. I'll do it today. Okay. Now, next portion is about the cloud models, like how this has been deployed. Now, I'm not spending much time on this part because we need to get into the service and the configuration part. So I'll spend some small intro about this cloud model. Now, right now we understood like how the responsibility of um, data center stack, or it's been like how this has been configured. This has been classified as in a different model. We have seen like ISaaS, PaaS, or it's been a SaaS or any SaaS. Now, based on how this has been deployed, who is owning this one? Based on that, it's been classified. It's like a public cloud, private cloud, and a hybrid cloud kind of a model. In a public cloud model, this is the commonly used by all the vendors. It's been like all the services or all it's been infrastructure is been owned by the cloud service provider. That's called a CSP, and we will be connecting using a browser one, like using internet. We will be connecting this one. So there is no cost is involved from our side. You will be just connecting using a browser, and all the infrastructure management is done by the vendor. So you have seen like before a break, we have seen like how we are connected with the Microsoft Azure. Like you have seen like using HTTP or a HTTPS. You are connecting to Microsoft Azure, and you are getting all flexibility to provision all the resources on the Microsoft Azure side. So public cloud case, this is the commonly used deployment model, and this is giving an organization to provide all the resources or the service management, everything. So basically through internet, it's been connecting. Now there is no capital expenditure here, only based on the how much resource or what is the resource you are using, or based on the consumption, it's been charged, it's been by the vendor. Now all the local hardware or the resources managed by uh, vendor. itself. Now coming to the private cloud is these are the examples for a public cloud, like Alibaba or Microsoft Azure or VMware or a Google Cloud or a Salesforce. All this has been examples for a public cloud. Private cloud, it's been basically in your premises. This is one advantage it's been left. It's been like this already we have discussed, like when you're going for using any of the public cloud, generally we are getting high scalability or agility kind of options you are getting, and you are going to pay only for what we use. There is no capex cost is involved. It's based on the consumption base. It's been the billing is generally based on. And you need to have a minimum knowledge on the setting up this one, because back end all the hardware management or a firmware management or the OS management or all the rest of the activities being handled by the cloud service provider. So disadvantage, it's been like few people may be thinking like about security point, ownership. This all it's been um, concerns generally we used to get it, like few organization may be having some kind of a concern, like I'm not getting a complete uh, um, control or ownership on that particular hardware. So people may uh, go for some kind of a private cloud. Private cloud means that you can able to configure your own organization, and you will be getting all the cloud features also. Like if the organization is thinking like I don't need to move your infrastructure into a shared kind of a model, and all the organization need to run a private cloud feature, that can be able to do. There is a lot of vendors available in the market which will enable or which will give you all kind of cloud features, like a third party software is maybe available, like maybe you heard about like a Cisco also having lot of product has been available. um, in the market, a lot of private cloud products are available. You maybe heard about a company called CA, right? They are having a lot of a cloud product. Like you maybe AWS is having a lot of a private cloud solutions. Even Microsoft also having this uh, uh, products like AWS and Microsoft is having this kind of a private cloud solution has been available. Cisco also having a products like a Cisco private cloud option is solution has been available, and Dell also having a lot of product has been available for this one, or Google also having this one, and HP also having a lot of private cloud product. So with the help of that in your organization itself, you can able to go for setting up your own cloud environment, and they'll be providing all the cloud feature. Now people may be having some kind of a doubt if I'm organizing or if I'm configuring on my own or premises. What is the advantage you are getting here? So the difference between on-premises and private cloud here, it's been like in a on-premises one, you are not getting any kind of automation, or you're not getting any of the cloud features. But when you're using a cloud third party or all these options, private cloud features, you are getting all the cloud benefits, which includes like on-premises or on-demand self-service, or it can be a resource pooling, or it can be a measured service or a network as well. This kind of additional characters you will be getting. Now, there are some situations you may have to integrate both private and private cloud, public cloud also. So basically, private cloud, it's been using like if the organizations have holding some kind of a sensitive data and they don't want to move to a public cloud like into Microsoft or any of the vendor, they're thinking like they want to host it in on premises itself, but they need the same time they want all the cloud feature. Then that kind of a situation we used to go for a private cloud options, and they want to regularly they want to monitor their data on then based on some law of land, or based on some legal issue. If they want to keep all these informations on your organization, then they can go for the private cloud options. Now, there are some situation we may have to integrate both the ownership. Like you may have to integrate a public and private cloud. That's generally known as a hybrid cloud, because some scenario like all your VM may be hosted in the Microsoft or Microsoft Azure or any other cloud service provider. But your Active Directory or HR applications or a finance application may be available in your on-premises or private cloud. There are some situations you may have to go for a hybrid, or it's been kind of a model like where you're going to integrate public cloud and a private cloud. That generally known as a hybrid cloud model, like where you are having a both uh, um, or an infrastructure to be integrated. There are some situations you may have to integrate with your on-premises also. This generally known as a hybrid cloud model. Like whenever you want to integrate with a private cloud or an on-premises one, that generally it's been done with the help of a concept called hybrid cloud model. Now, this about the cloud model. It's based on the how this has been deployed. Based on that, it's been classified as a public cloud or a private cloud or a hybrid cloud model. Now, right now, I'm taking into a different um, um, concept in here, no different topic here right now. Right now, we had a lot of theory session on understanding or defining a cloud computing. Now, let's move to the practical approach, how this can be used, all these things on your day-to-day operations. Now, end of the session, you need to understand, this is a 3 point you need to remember when you're working on a cloud side. All this cloud responsibilities been defined. It's based on that who is accessing, and who is been doing the cloud security or encryption, and how TR is been planned. So based on that, this responsibility has been it's been configured. Now, when you're going for any kind of um, cloud model, right now we are seeing like how this availability has been provided, how the DR is been provided, and right now we are in a stage. We understood like deployment model we have 4, it's been available. We understood there is a 3 service model also available, and we are getting 5 characters also. Now let's try to understand how we can able to use this Microsoft Cloud, how to create an account. Now next topic we are going, it's called creating an account. Now right now we have seen like the definition, or we have seen like how this what are the support or what are the features you are getting on the Microsoft side part, right? Right now, let's move to the next portion, introduction to Microsoft Azure. Right now, I hope you can see my screen. So next topic, it's been like, let's try to understand how Azure has been working, how Microsoft Azure has been working, and what are the features you are getting on the Microsoft Azure side. Now, if you're seeing Microsoft Azure, Microsoft has been started on the cloud from 2008 onwards. So the first product was it's on a PDZ. It's been 2008. That's a project was known as a Project Red Dog. And from the later on, there is a lot of transformation happened. Finally, we are standing on in the latest Microsoft Azure product. Now, these are the few key people you can able to see on the Microsoft Azure side. You can able to see like a Dave or a David is an software engineer. You may be seen his name on Microsoft NT or latest VMS kind of a discussion. So he's one of the core or key members also on the Azure side. So and you have Mark is available. Mark is mean the CTO for Azure. He is the person you can able to see like he's used to contribute a lot of articles on the TechNet magazine. So previously this was known as Windows NT magazine. So he's the CTO for Azure and Scott is the um, um, EVP for Azure. And you can able to see always he's been representing with a red t-shirt like all the Microsoft events. You can able to see Scott has been coming with wearing a red t-shirt. And we have a Gary also has been is on the EVP for Azure also. Now coming to Microsoft Azure, we understood this is a cloud product from a Microsoft and this has been providing almost 100 plus services. Now if you go to Microsoft page, Microsoft Azure product, you can able to see there is a 100 plus Azure products list. You just go to Microsoft Azure portal, and if we can click on the product tab, you can able to see in a category base, this is beautifully organized. Now, if you are a user or if you are a admin working on a compute one, you can able to see these all are compute services being supported. And the same thing you can able to see once you entered into the Microsoft Azure portal also. Right now you can able to see a screen here. This is known as Microsoft Azure layout, portal layout. I'll be discussing this portal management. Okay, don't worry about this. Right now you can able to see there is 100 plus services is been available here. For example, like if you take networking, you can able to see almost 35 plus services been available, which includes VNet, which include network interface card, public IP address, routing or NSG or a load balancer. There is a N35 plus service you can able to see. Now you go to compute also you can able to see here, see similar kind of services available. Identity management you can able to see here. Security you can able to see. So technically speaking, almost 100 plus services been available on Microsoft Azure. Now how to use this one? And how this is being supported, what are the benefit you are getting, we are going to discuss one by one. Now, right now, end of this class, you need to understand there is 100 plus services been available. So based on the customer requirement, you can go and configure that particular service, or you can able to, you are getting a flexibility to upgrade or a migrate from on-premises or from existing infrastructure to the Microsoft Azure side. Now, if I need to use all these products, what is the advantage you are getting here? This similar like the advantage of the topic right now we are learned, like you don't need to go for purchasing any kind of a hardware. If Ajay or a Chitra, it's been Devika has been looking for any kind of a hardware, you don't need to purchase anything, right? You need to go and configure directly on the portal and you will be getting that particular VM. So that's the way it's been configured. Now, the advantage which you are going to get here, you don't need to buy any hardware. You don't need to invest anything on the hardware part, and you can decommission or you can terminate any resource. Resource can be VM, or resource can be firewall, or you can resource can be any storage, or resource can be any database. Any of these products can be at any point of time you can create. That's called a provisioning, or it can be able to delete also. So that's the advantage we are getting. Now, how Azure has been working? Now, people may be getting a question: how Azure has been working? Any idea how Azure has been working? Let me explain you how this has been working. Now, let me take you into the whiteboard. I hope you can see the whiteboard. Microsoft having a data center in a different parts of the world. Right now, if you can able to see the screen, Microsoft data centers. I hope you can see the screen now. I hope you can see the screen now. Yes, okay. So right now you can able to see Microsoft having a data center across the globe. You can see they have a data centers in India, Asia Pacific. There are different places they have a data center. You can able to see this if you are click on this globe. I'm just giving this. You can able to see this is how the data center is being configured. Right now you can able to see there is a data center list and map you can able to see. Right now you can able to see all these places Microsoft is having well connectivity through a fiber, and they're having data centers available. Right now you can see able to see it's been mentioned here, right? See, this is all data center they're having data center. You can able to see it's been marked in diamond and circles. You can able to see all these places they're having explore the globe, right? If you are seeing here, see all these places they having data center. See all these places Microsoft is having data centers. Okay, now you take any country like China, so they have a data center. See, this is the place they have a data center. Now you get this country, they have data centers. 5 region has been available here. Now I'm selected another country, South Asia. So these are the data center they have. There's a place Indonesia, they have a data center. There's like there is a pretty location, they have some network pop available. So like this, they have a data center all parts of the world. Now let's go back to whiteboard. Now, right now we understood they have a data center in different places. So the data center generally known as region, the technical terminology we are using called region. This is the terminology we are using. Now they have a data center called US data center. They have a, I'm just, this box is representing the data center here. I have another data center in another country. Now in each data center, inside the data room, they will have a number of physical hosts available or a number of network devices which been available. See here, this all it's been having servers has been well connected, servers has been available. I hope it's been clear to you. Any question, anyone? Now, Azure has been using a technology called virtualization technology. Like each server, they will be using a technology called virtualization technology. Yesterday, I told you to do a self-study on Azure virtualization technology, right? What is our virtualization is doing? They are virtually simulating, or it's been virtually dividing the existing hardware, right? So what is the advantage you are getting? You have an option to create multiple VM on the same host. You can able to create multiple VMs on the same host. So right now you need to understand Azure is used as a virtualization technology. and this is in mass scale. It's been available on all the Microsoft data center. Each data center is been filled with multiple rack servers, and each data center are filled with a hypervisor also. Clear? Any doubt? I'm just pausing here. If you're good, can you just comment it on the chat window? I'm saying Microsoft is having data center. Yeah, I was saying Microsoft having different data centers available. Now each data center you have n number of servers is been hosted. Each host is been configured with Microsoft or the hypervisor software. That's called virtualization software. Now it's been clear to you? Vic, I'm just, yeah. Now, right now we understood this is the option, right? Now, if I'm a user, if I want to create a VM, how will you create that? Now, if I'm a user here, I'm saying like I need a VM on in a particular data center. Right now we understood there is a hypervisor software is installing, right? Now, right now for your information, each server is been configured with a bit of software that is known as fabric controller. It's called a fabric controller. This is only for your information, okay? You don't need to buy heart. Where is my fabric controller? Where is my VT? No need. This for your foundation course. Just you need to understand how physically this has been working, okay? You don't need to go for like, where is this fabric controller? Let me go and find out where is this fabric. No need. This for your information. I'm just trying to share you how this has been practically happening on the back end. So when the moment when you're trying to create this one, you have a fabric controller has been available on all this VM, and all the fabric controller has been connected to a piece of a software called Orchestrator. It's called a term called Orchestrator. Orchestrator. Now, if there is any request has been coming, Orchestrator will take that request, and with the help of a fabric controller, they will analyze the load on the VM and they will be distributed. So this is the way generally the Azure has been working on in the backend side. So you will have a fabric controller is available and you have virtualization technologies available. With the help of that, all the resources been distributed. So this is the way generally it's been working. So orchestrator and fabric controller is doing all kind of role management of receiving a request and distributing. Now, Azure portal is one method for accessing. There are a lot of other method also it's been available. Now, people are thinking like moving to a cloud. How will I move? Now, how to move to Microsoft account? It's similar like you may be already using uh, Amazon Prime or Netflix kind of IDs, right? Now, if I need to use Amazon or a Netflix kind of ID, generally what is the procedure we used to do? First, we used to create an account. You're agreeing with this point? Then once your Amazon Prime account has been created, you will purchase a subscription, right? 6 months or a 3 months based on your budget, you may go for a subscription. Then only you can able to watch that particular movies or a serials or whatever web series or what you want, you can able to purchase. So you'll have a subscription to be available and you need to have a free account also to be, not free account, you need to have an account to be available. Now, right now we understood if I need to use any of Microsoft Azure Cloud, or this one, it's mandatory that you need to have a account to be created. There are two modes you can able to create an account. One is called a free account. Second one is called pay as you go model. So free account means that right now, all of us here, it's been new to Microsoft product, Azure product. So Microsoft is saying, hey Ajay, hey Chitra or Ivan or Faisal, come and verify my product. Come and explore my the services. If you're happy with this one, you can upgrade your existing infrastructure into cloud. How Microsoft is doing? Microsoft is saying, if anyone wants to use Microsoft cloud infrastructure, 30 days they are giving free of cost. You can do whatever you want. You can create a VM, you can delete a VM, you can create a firewall, you can test it, you can develop it, you can validate it, and if you're happy, you can upgrade it into the pay-as-you-go model. So 30 days, Microsoft is giving a free account. Once you created an account, there will be a subscription also. It's been created with a $200 credit. $200 will be available on the account. Few people may be thinking like, can I withdraw this $200? No, you will not be in a possible to convert this into your bank account. You will not be able to withdraw also. Few people may be thinking, I know you may be thinking this. So that's the reason, because when I started this Azure learning, I was first question I thought like, hey, is there any possibility to withdraw this money? No, there is no possibility to withdraw this money. This money can be used only for 30 days, and this 30 days you can explore or you can do a lab, or if you want to test it, that you can able to do it. So right now you are seeing like a 13,000, that is a Indian rupees, because when I prepared this slide, I took, I've been connected from India, so my uh, location was showing that uh, 13,000. That's when the INR it's been taken. Generally, this has been taking 200. Now you may be getting a couple of questions here. How to create this one? What are the information you want? If you want to create any free account, one account, first of all, you need to have a, obviously you need to have an email ID to be available. So you need to have a Microsoft ID or a Gmail ID or a GitHub ID to be created. Because of that only, you need to link with that ID. So you need to have a valid Gmail or GitHub or a Microsoft ID to be in place. Second thing, you need to have a valid phone number. You need to, because multi-factor authentication is been enabled. So you may be getting some text-based OTP message you will be getting. So you need to ensure that you have configured active. Clear? And the third thing is very, very, very important. You need to have link your credit card or a debit card. It's not going to take any money from there. Okay. This only for a security purpose. This only for a validation purpose. For an authentication purpose, we need to link your credit card or a debit card. Microsoft is not going to take any amount from this account. That means it's not going to charge anything. As long as if you are not upgraded your account, Microsoft is not going to take anything from this account. Only 1 rupees INR, there's a 1 rupees or a small amount they will do for a validation purpose. If it is in Indian rupees, only 1 rupees, dollar, if I'm connecting some point 0.004 or something, rupee will take for a validation purpose. So that is the only amount it's been taken. So this is the information you need. So you need to have a valid, so you have a 30 days you can able to use it. So I'm getting a couple of questions here. You may be, let me go back to, before that, let me show you how to create this one. So if you want to create this one, it's very simple. You can able to go to Google and just type Azure free account. Just type it. Today itself, make sure that all of you guys go and create this account. Now you can able to go to, this is the link. I'm just pasted on in the chat window. Right now, I hope you can see the link available on the chat account, right? So you can able to this one. So when you create this one, you will be getting a page here. Right now, you can go for a start free account. Now it will ask you for a sign up one, where you can able to give your username and password or email ID. You will be able to authenticate it to this account as well. So account will be created. Now you know I'm using my friend ID and he already created an account. So that's the reason I'm getting a message. It's like I'm not able to create a free account because my ID got some issue and I'm using his ID and its ID is already linked with a free account. So that's the reason we are getting some kind of error message. So it's very simple. It's pretty much straightforward, this one. You need to just give the username and password. That will take you for creating a free account. Now, the advantage which you are going to get it here, the credit card is being used for a security purpose and you are getting a 200 credit points you will be getting. That's a 30 days you can able to use it. And you need to remember this point, you cannot move forward money from your parents when you're in school, right? Now, you got $200 pocket money. $200 pocket money. So your parents told, hey, Robin, you can use this $200 for 30 days. Now, what Robin will do? Robin can do two things here. Robin can use this 30 days in a smart way. 30 days, spend ₹1, $1 or a $2 in a day and enjoy the 30 days. Or second option is like $200. Next day itself, go to a restaurant and pub or wherever you want, just enjoy it. So if the $200 is over in the first day, that means if you created all your VMs or a firewall or all the product, and if the amount is been zero, it's been over, you are not going to get any additional amount from your parents. Same in concept here. So you need to handle in a smart way. So for example, you got a $200 for a 30 days. One option like this 30 days, you can use this $200 or for example, like I have implemented one SQL, some VM, some 1000 VM I've installed. The 10 days my $200 it's been over. Then 11th day, I may have to upgrade my account into pay as you go model. Otherwise, I will not be in a position to use that service. Your account will be showing disabled. So it's the service will be disabled. So the point you need to remember, after 30 days, if you're not upgraded your account free account will be moved into a disabled state. Now before 30 days, if the $200 is over, then time also this account will be disabled. Now using a one credit card, you can able to do only one account verification that you will not be able to use in the next month. So using one credit card, you can able to create only one account. I'm just posing here in case if you have any of these questions, any doubt if you are, let's have a discussion on that. Now, if you have some couple of FAQ question has been available here, I'm just pasted on a link on the chat. Couple of your common doubt, it's been marked here, so you can able to see here. There is a Azure free account FAQ questions, so you can see almost all frequently asked questions on this, so you can able to see. Give me a second. So we got another question. Srinivan is asking a question here. If the $200 is not used in 30 days, the account get disabled by the, yes, whether you use it or not use it, 30 days, after 30 days, account will be disabled. You don't have any option to move to next month also. Because you don't need to worry about Kishan here. That's only for validation purpose. Only ₹1 will be debited from the. A few debit card has been supporting this one. In India, few debit card has been start supporting this one. So you can try with a debit card also. Okay. Pankaj is saying like he'll be joining after a small break. No problem. Any other questions on the account creation part? I'm not sure about Malaysia. What is the amount? I have to just check it because I never got a chance to connect from the, and yes, it's been supported here. So right now, if you go to portal here, I hope you can see screen here. So just click on this portal. You just come down. Malaysia, right? Right now the link you can able to see. Yeah, it's been supported in Malaysia also. See here. Malaysia, it's been supported. See, the free account, it's been available on this country. So available in Malaysia also. It's been available in Malaysia also. And what is the amount it's been debited from the, maybe it's been a small amount, so it's not sure about what is the amount it's been debited from this one, because whatever account have creator is from a creator from Middle East and this country only. So I'm not sure about Malaysia, what is the amount it's been debited. I may have to check it. Let me check it, and possibly if I'm getting information, I'll share it tomorrow. Okay, thank you. Any other question from anyone? Okay, now let's go back to the presentation. Now we have seen like how to create an account. So $200 it's been getting for you, and the process has been very simple. So you need to just give the username and password, and this will be taken into this account. So all the FAQ question has been posted. Few countries, Charlie, it's been supported. A few countries like in India, few banks are supported this one. Like if you're connected from India, there's a bank called HDFC and ICICI. Their bank debit cards are supported. So we need to see that, Charlie. You can just try with your card, and not sure about whether the bank or the country has been supported. I request you to try from your side. Now, in case if you're from a student's background, a few of our members from this meeting, it's been connected from a student's background. From the students, they are giving a student's account also. You don't need to have any credit card or a debit card. You need only the college ID. It's been sufficient. So with the help of that, you will be able to create this one. So that's the way the account that's been created. That's called a student's account, but you will not get all the features. Only a few features only it's been supported on that. So there's a feature it's been supported. It's called Azure Free Account. So today the first assignment for you, you need to complete first lab today. I'm just pasting the lab question into the chat window. So take it in a notebook. So ensure that you are creating a free account, and this is the lab you need to complete today. Let me just paste the first lab questions for you. Lab 1, I just pasted on the chat one. So log into Azure account, and you are creating this one. And this is a link. If you want, you can able to use. If you want to refer or something, you use this link. So this is the Azure free link. So this is the link you can able to use. Now, once the account has been created, we'll see how to purchase this account. Right now, we understood like this 30 days only is the options you have, right? So now after 30 days, how will I migrate or I will upgrade into the payment option? Because as long as if you're not upgrading this one, Microsoft is not going to do any kind of, uh, you will not be able to use this one, right? So technically there are three methods you can able to use it. One, it's been like in the portal, it's Microsoft purchasing option. Like you can just go to the Azure purchase option. And so you have option. So you have an option called Azure purchase. You can just go to Azure purchase. You can go to the Microsoft portal. There you will be getting a chat options here. So you can chat with executives, and there will be an option, chat option you can able to see. Like you can connect with the Microsoft Azure chat sales team, and they will help you to uh, upgrade your account into the subscription. This is the pay as you go model. So that's one option. Second option, once you log into this one, right now you can able to go to the, once you log in this one, there is, you can able to see an option called subscription tab, right? In the subscription tab, so in the subscription tab, once you click, you will get an option called upgrade, right? There will be an option. This is right now already have a available yet, so you'll get an option called subscription. So you have option called subscription. So you have option called subscription. So you have options called, so you have an option called upgrade option. So you'll get, okay. So this is the second option here. Or you can, if you want to purchase a new subscription, you can have an option called add options here. So you can able to go to the add option. So you can have options called add. So you like a pay as you go for option you will get, or you will get an option called, it's called students account. So you go to a select offer. So you'll have option called adding option, right? So if you can just go here, you need to just give your username and password and the tax information and all details you can provide, and you can upgrade. So basically these are two options available, or you can able to connect with the Microsoft managed cloud providers also. Like you have another vendors also, it's available, who has been providing this one. Now you can able to connect it here. Purchase option, you maybe pay as you go model if you're taking purchase contact say support, or so you have support plans, engage support. You may be able to see there is some manage vendor options, you will get it here in the portal. It's called manage service providers here. Each country you'll have some managed service provider available. Azure MSP, so it's called Azure MSP. You can select in the portal, you may be able to see this one. There is vendors available in that particular country. You will be able to select it from that portal. Need to just check it here. Connect with the sales specialist, and there is in the portal you will be getting in that option who is available, and from that, and with the help of that, you will be able to select. You will be able to select the manager providers like Infosys or a TCS or entity or all this vendor, you'll be able to select it from the portal. So that's the way generally the subscription is being generally purchased. So you'll have a Microsoft.com, you can able to use it, or you have Microsoft representatives, you can able to connect with the sales team, and you have a Microsoft partners available. So with the help of that, you will be able to create. Right now, let's go to the Microsoft portion. Right now, we have seen like how to create an account here. And we have seen like once you connected account, you will be getting an option called subscription. And by default, there is a tenant also it's been created for you. So you have a subscription is been created. If you want to use Microsoft Cloud, you have an account is been available, and there is a one tenant also it's been created. I'll show you how it's been working. Now, right now, we created an account. Once you created an account, you will get username and password, right? You will be getting username and password. How will you use this username and password? You will be typing http:/portal.azure.com. This is the link generally we are using for connecting. So this is the portal link you are using. So we have multiple methods has been available for managing. It's not that only one method is available. No, there are different portal management option you have. It's not the only one option. Now, if you want to connect to Microsoft portal, these are the management options it's been available from Microsoft Azure. You have Azure portal is available. So with the help of Azure portal, you can able to manage. You have an option like if you're good in the Azure PowerShell, you can use that option. Or if you are good in the Cloud CLI or a code modification, then you can go for the other option also. So with the help of that, you can connect to Microsoft Cloud Resource Manager, and with the help of that, you are able to manage all the services, all the resource available on the Microsoft portal. Now, Microsoft Azure portal is one of the commonly used um, tool or the option for managing this one. Most of the times we'll be using this Azure portal right now. So using a link right now I pasted on the chat, we will be connecting this one. Generally, this will be connected in a private browser mode. So you have an, if you're taking any browser, you have an option like this, something called right now you can able to see, I have opened in a private browser mode. Right now you can see it's been a black or a gray color. You can able to see that's called a private browser window mode, or it's known as incognito browser mode. What is the advantage it's getting? This browser is no longer it's been saving any of the website you visited, or it's not saving any of your username or a password. In case if you're filling anything on the forms, it's not saving any information, or it's not saving any of your username or cookies on this one. So anytime if you're opening this browser, it's been starting from a clean state. It's not saving any of this information. So it's a secured mode of a connection. So in case if you're using a browser mode, I prefer you to go for a private browser mode. Now people may be getting a question like, how will you connect to this window? Now generally in a browser, if I'm taking right now, if you're using a Mozilla Firefox or a Google Chrome, right side you can able to see there's a 3 dot is available. If you can click it, that 3 dot, you will be able to see something called incognito window mode. Right now you can able to see there is an option called incognito mode. You can press that. Now if you're connecting from Firefox, or you can in a Firefox, I remember like this is the concept. I remember like known as a private browsing mode. If it is a Firefox, this is known as a private browser mode. And if you're using Opera or Apple Safari, uh, also it's known as a private browser mode. Incognito is the term generally used in a, Google Chrome. And if we are using in a Microsoft Edge, it's known as in private mode. Now, if you want to use some couple of shortcuts also you can use. This is the shortcut that's been available on a Firefox and Chrome. I'm just pasted on the chat. Control Shift P you can be able to use in the Firefox. And if it is a Google Chrome, I remember this is a Control Shift N. So this is the button you can press it. So it will take you into private browser mode. typically this is for uh, it's been taking to some kind of a secured mode of accessing. So like it's not saving any kind of information. So that's the way it's been connecting. Once you connected this, you'll be getting a screen like this. So you can able to see a screen like this you'll be getting. Now, typically, Azure Portal has been kind of a unified console, and where you can able to do all kind of a service or a resource management. This will take you into a documentation page, where you are getting all kind of a dashboards or all notifications, or it's getting a links to all kind of Microsoft TechNets or a support plan. All these options you are getting in the Azure Portal one. So portal link already have shared. Right now, when you are connected this one, you will be taken to this kind of a screen. This is known as Azure Portal Layout window, and this is known as Azure Layout one window. And top you can able to see the username and password. There is a couple of icons also you can able to see on the screen, and the left side you can able to see there is a couple of options also here available. Now, once you connected this one, you are logging with a user account. So the user account you can able to see right now, my friend ID I'm using. So his account has been created. Now, along with that, there is a Microsoft Active Directory tenant also it's been creating here. So like you can able to see this ID has been created with his name. So there is a tenant also created for him. Right now, don't worry about that. What is a tenant? And there is a subscription also created for him. So all billing and all activity has been done with the help of this subscription. So any resource if I'm creating, amount will be debited with from this subscription. So billing will be doing with this one. Now, right now, if you're able to see left side, you're getting a couple of options here. And if you want to make any kind of a changes, there you can able to see there is a gear kind of a symbols here, right? There is a small gears kind of a symbol you can able to see on the right side top. Now, sometimes you may be seeing right now in a different mode that's known as a fly out mode. Few people may be getting a screen like this. This is the adjustment you can able to do it here. Like in the gear symbol, if you are taking, there you are getting a like how your appearance to be configured is in a blue or it's been light blue or a dark or azure. Based on your convenience, you can able to select it. So you have an option for selecting that. So you have option something like um, docked mode or a flyout mode. These options you can able to select it, and you are getting some themes option also. So which themes you are interested, you can select Azure blue or a light or a dark or a light or a black. This kind of option you will be able to select it, and you need to ensure that there is a bottom, there is an option is here for apply. Many times I have seen like people selected and people thinking like, hey, this has been applied. No, in case if you are not saved or in case if you are not applied, this is not going to apply to the portal. So you need to ensure that you are selecting the right one. Right now I have selected some dark screen here. See, not I'm not happy with this color combination, so I want to go back and I'm not happy with this Avino, so let's go for the old one. So because it's not I'm not comfortable with that combination of this one, so I'm just I got an messages here. Battery low. Just give me a second. Let me connect my adapter. 1 second. Yeah. So right now I have applied. Wait, this is not changing. Appearance. Oh, I'm not able to change this one. What happened? Let me refresh. I don't know why this is changes mean. Maybe I may have to just sign out. Generally, we don't need look like something went wrong. We'll find out that. Right now, you can able to see this in the top. You have a gear symbol. You can able to see. Now on the right side top, you can able to see there is an option called feedback option, right? You have an option called feedback option also you are able to see. Okay, finally it's been ready. Now right now you can able to see there is an option called feedback option. So in case if you want to do any kind of a feedback to Microsoft, you can able to give feedback of through this option. Now there you can able to see another option called question mark symbol. Now if you're selecting here this is a question mark, you can able to see there is a couple of documentation link you can able to see, right? Right now you can able to see there is an option called support resources, and right now you can able to see there is a link to Microsoft portal. You can able to see there is a link it's been available. So if you're selecting this one, this will take you into a documentation page, and there is a details you can able to select it here. Now there is an option called service health. This is basically a troubleshooting tool, or it's been like it's a monitoring kind of a tool. Service health will give you a complete monitoring kind of information. Like right now you configured n number of services on the Microsoft portal. Now, if there is any outage or if there is any issues been going on any of the Microsoft portal or Microsoft locations, you are able to, you will be getting a notification. For example, like you have some region is been configured or there is some subscription is been configured. If there is some outage is been going on, for example, like some France or some countries, there is some issue is going on. You may have configured 1,000 missions or it's 200 missions here. So you will be getting a notification as administrator saying that, hey Robin, like there is some issues been going on. So and it's been easy for you to troubleshoot, and it's easy for you to understand also. So this kind of information you will be getting it. So you will have a service issues, or you will have a planned maintenance if anything is been going on, or if there is any health advice if something is going on, you will be able to get that kind of a notification here. Now, in case if you're thinking or if you're feeling like, hey, I need to put some kind of alert. I don't want, I need to go always and check this alert or a status here. If you want, you can able to put some kind of a health alert also, saying that if something is being going wrong on a particular service, on a particular region, you can able to set some kind of a notification. If there is some update or a planned maintenance of any kind of activities, if it's happening on the Microsoft a particular region or a location or a particular service, you can able to set some kind of alert rule. So you'll be getting a notification through an email or a alert rule, how it's been configured. I'm just saying like some kind of alert it's been configured. What is the action you want? You can say some set of alert saying that alert message for Canada region, some alert if you can able to set it. So you can able to select alert rule, and you'll be getting a notification to email saying that, hey Robin, hey Ajay, there is something that's going wrong on this location. So you'll be getting a notification. So as an admin, you will be able to plan and you will be able to monitor your service. You will be able to work in a proactive way. So that is the advantage of this service health option. So this typically I can say is a kind of a monitoring tool. This you will give you advice. This will give you security advice. This will give you like if there is any planned maintenance, if anything has been happening on the Microsoft, any of the region, this information will be given to you. So that's the advantage we have here. Now, that is the first option you are getting. Now, if you go to the help and support page, now right now you created a service on a Microsoft Azure. There are some situations you may have need a help and also, right? So if you want to create any kind of a request, you maybe you already familiar that generally we'll be creating a severity A or a severity B or a severity C ticket to Microsoft, right? In case if you have a premium support, we used to do that. Now in a cloud side, if you want any kind of a help, if you need, you can create a support request here. You can go to a support request here. You can define your problems here. The problem can be related to a billing, or the problem can be related to service and subscription, and it can be related to any technical also. I can see Jason has been raising hand. Jason, it's your you want to ask any questions? I request you to post that question on the chat window. I'll answer it when the session is been over. So I request you to post that question on the chat window. So you can able to create a support request here. So in case if you're facing any kind of a billing issue, or if you're looking for any kind of help on the subscription or a billing or some kind of a quota limit, or if you want to go for anything on the technical part, you can able to create a support request. So Microsoft resource or is Microsoft executive will be connecting through an email when you create a issue. For example, like a billing, I'm facing some kind of a billing. You can able to give the details and all the description summary. You can give extra charge or some whatever points if you want. You can able to select it here, and problem type you can able to do cost management, whatever you want. You can able to select next, and you can you can give some kind of information also how you want to connect it, like how the solution, how you want to connect with the resource, or how you want to contacted by the Microsoft. You can able to give all this detail. You want to connect it through email, or it's like you want to uh, give this all the details here, how you want to connect the support between a email or a phone. And basically if you're creating a support request, the severity generally it will be in a C only. Now basically when you're going for a help and support plans will be there. Basically there is a 4 type of plan Microsoft has been supporting. One is called as a basic plan, and you have a developer plan, or you have a standard plan, or a professional direct. By default, if you are creating a free account, basically this has been considered, or this has been coming under a category of a basic plan. So basic plan, you are not going to get a severity or a severity B kind of a privilege. Basically, this will be giving a free access to documentations, or you will be getting a set of Microsoft advisors kind of options only you'll be getting. You will not get any technical support on a over code. If you want a Microsoft engineer to be connected over code and saying like you want to interact with the subject matter expert or a senior executive from the Microsoft side, you have to upgrade your account to developer or a standard or a professional direct one. By default right now you on the screen, you can able to see there is a green color tick mark. You can able to see saying that, hey Robin, your account has been created in a basic mode. So basic mode, I'm not going to get all the features here. If you want to go for a extra support or extra features, I have to convert this into a paid mode. That's called a developer or a standard or a professional one. So I need to convert my account into a support plans into a extra into the paid or a higher plan I need to support, then I'll be getting some extra features. So all these features you can able to see, like if you are going for a professional connect within an 1 hour, the critical business team will be connecting, or I'll be getting some extra privilege, or I'll be getting some fast response I will be getting from a Microsoft. So basically there is a 4 support plan is been available. By default the account it's been configured with a basic support only. Now, this is the way this is been account is been created on the Microsoft side. I'm pausing here for the day, and let's move to the questionnaire. Now you can post all your doubt on the chat window. So if you have any questions, let me know. So Mehul is saying like he need to drop. Okay, and it's like almost 3-4 hours here. So right now we also it's been ending the session for the day. And now tomorrow it's been the same time. Yes, the time has been same. Surag, need your help for sharing the attendance link, and team, you can use the same Teams link for connecting tomorrow's session. Tomorrow it's going to be more practical oriented one. We'll be creating a VMs, and we'll be trying to create a VNet. We are trying to see how the monitoring can be enabled one. So tomorrow it's more going to be a practical one. So team, follow the Microsoft, follow our YouTube link, follow our Discord link, share with your friends. So we'll be able to come with a lot of similar kind of a technical events for you. So thank you, team. So today it's been recap. It's been like we started with the defining a cloud computing, and finally we landed on the configuration part. And we have seen like how to create a free account. we understood like how to create a subscription also. Yes, if you can go for creating a Azure account, that's well and good. That's the reason I've shown how to create a free account. So when I'm doing a lab, you can also parallelly do this your lab in your Microsoft Azure portal. So we both can discuss, learn, and travel together on this cloud transformation. Yes, tomorrow it's been practical. So I appreciate if you can get a uh, uh, time today for creating account. That would be good. So thank you, team. So thank you everyone for spending time today. So you're taking a personal time and ensuring that participating on the exercise and making this event it's been successful. So thank you, team, once again, and talk to you tomorrow. And we are ending the session for today. Talk to you tomorrow. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.